Yule whipped out some relish and rubbed it all over Kim Kardashian's butt cheek. The snake watched in horror from the corner.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It's your boy Yule.
I'm Margaret.
And this is Can We Talk About It?
So this week, we're just doing a little general roundup of hot topics.
Oh yeah, y'all missed this, man.
Yeah. People were asking for it. Nobody was really asking for it, but we're giving it to you anyway. So, what do you want? You want to start out with a little bit of for the culture?
Yeah, for
What's
the culture.
going on this week?
Unfortunately, a lot of shit.
A lot of shit, you say?
A lot of shit, yeah.
Fascinating.
Specifically, people being shitted on.
Shat is the correct.
In New York, is shitted.
All right, that's fair. So, the person in question is Odell Beckham Jr., who I feel like people are always
shitting on him.
How many times are you gonna do it before? Now,
you have no idea.
I feel like people are always kind of starting weird rumors about Odell Beckham Jr. And the person in question who said this was Chief Keef's baby moms. It's an interesting claim to fame.
Yeah, on the No Jumper podcast, kind of talking about his weird sexual fetish.
Yeah, and apparently he likes to be defecated on.
Yeah,
as a form of sexual pleasure.
I don't know how much of a reliable source Chief Keef's baby moms is, but also he didn't seem to deny it at all. Well,
he made a joke about it, which I feel like he made like a caption. What did the caption say again on one of his pictures?
He said something like,
"Always catching shit" or something like that. Yeah. You
gotta dodge the shit, or it was something along those lines.
I don't think it was true. I don't though. I really don't. You think it was true?
I do.
Why?
I just
because you're just like, why would someone make that up?
First off, I heard when she explained it, and there was a lot of detail in there that was unnecessary.
But listen,
she said that he asked her to take pictures, take a picture of herself taking a shit, and she said she sent a video to him instead. So I'm pretty sure there's also a log of this, so in case he denies it, she's gonna come out with that later, because that's the type of people on that podcast.
I probably would have immediately asked for receipts though with something like that. I'd be like, no, you can't just say that. You have to show me. But also, I think it's funny that you think someone can't make up a really detailed lie for clout.
I mean, yeah, she can, but because you make up detailed lies for clout?
No. Well, I mean, I wouldn't put it past me. But I have actually devised a very clever way for us to, become super, super famous off this podcast by creating a story that we will claim as true about a celebrity of your choice.
Oh, word?
Do you want to do that with me?
Yeah, let's go.
So have you ever played Mad Libs?
Not really.
Okay, so for anyone who didn't have a childhood like you, Mad Libs is like a fill-in-the-blank word game. So I made my own version of a dirty Mad Libs.
Okay.
So that we can start our own celebrity rumor here and Can We Talk About It? Honestly, I low-key was like, let's talk about a real one. Like, is there a weird story you've ever heard about a celebrity or that you confirmed to be true in some celebrity encounter?
Okay.
Neither of us had one. The closest I came was that I worked at a bar where Odell Beckham Jr. used to go before I worked there, and people said he used to take naps there. So a little mild comparatively.
Wow, he used to come there just to get away from all the shit at home. But that's what's up.
Yeah. All right, so you ready? You ready to play our
let's
Mad
do
Libs,
this.
start our own clout rumor?
Okay.
So, give me a location.
A location.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go with somewhere dumb. Boston.
Okay. Name a celebrity.
Because I feel like rumors get spread around about the celebrity so often that it's gonna be believable, I'm gonna go with Kim Kardashian.
Okay. Sorry, I was reading my own Mad Libs. Name an animal.
Snake.
Okay. Name another location, but like more specific, like not like
Not like a city?
Yeah.
Like like a location meaning like
Like a
an
supermarket
apartment
or yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So we're gonna go with barber shop.
Okay. Okay. Name a body part. Now we're getting into it. Now we're getting risky.
I'm gonna keep it PG. I'm gonna
Okay.
go leg.
Okay. Name another body part.
Neck.
Okay. Give me a noun.
Orange? Not the color, the fruit.
Oh, okay.
Like a noun, just any?
Yeah, give me another noun. I didn't fully think this through, but it's all right. It's all right. We're gonna make it work.
Laptop.
Okay. Give me a brand of gum.
Double mint.
Okay. Give me another body part.
Ear.
Okay, give me a condiment.
Relish.
Give
Yep,
me
that's what we going with.
another body part.
Hand.
Hand. That's not a good one. Give me another body part.
Okay, we're gonna go butt cheek.
All right.
All right,
Are you ready?
I hope so.
Okay, so this is what happened. So one time in Boston, Yule ran into Kim K. They ended up having a romantic encounter with a snake in a barber shop. Kim K put her leg in his neck and then ripped off his orange and put it in her laptop. Kim K was feeling frisky, so she asked if they could try out a new Kama Sutra position called the double mint ear style. Yule whipped out some relish and rubbed it all over Kim Kardashian's butt cheek. The snake watched in horror from the corner. And that's exactly how it happened. That's what you told me, right? So you heard it here first, folks.
That was
so
before I was
when we
married.
blow up,
It was wild times back in Boston, y'all. But when she ripped out my orange, like, I have no idea.
he was
Don't
going
try it
crazy.
at home. Yeah, Odell Beckham's gross. I'm not trying to kink shame or anything, but I'm going with it. I'm just gonna say it's believable.
Okay, but you're acting like we're a whole generation that didn't watch Two Girls, One Cup. So
Watch.
if he just wanted the video,
Did the cup get on my chest? No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
I don't know. I just don't believe it. I just, you know what? This
Yeah,
is
that's
probably
fair.
like wrong to say and even mildly a little sexist to blame her as a woman for this, but I just can't trust someone who procreated with Chief Keef. It just can't do it. But, you know, it is what it is. I guess more details and I was gonna say
Less
and
detail.
shit will come out, and I really like didn't want to make it a pun, like it wasn't on purpose. Anyway, let's move right along. ISO boom, what's going on in New York this week?
Firstly, New York will never die. I just always want to just put that out
Yeah.
there, all right? So for anyone that thinks it is. And of course, in typical New York fashion, we still have very unique drama here
And
in New
people
York.
just want to be us. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out East Harlem's very own Jess La Bombera, who is actually Jessica Krug of Kansas.
Krug.
From or Oklahoma. Honestly,
Who cares?
Yeah, same shit.
She from one of them.
I always used to confuse those states, and like it used
Kansas
to.
and Oklahoma?
Yeah, it used to embarrass me, but then as I got older, I realized it really didn't fucking matter. So
Facts.
yeah, so Jessica Krug, she first posed as being North African, then she moved on. Let's just establish she's a white Jewish woman from Kansas/Oklahoma. But she posed as being North African, then she moved on to Black American, then she finally settled on Afro-Latina.
Yes. Yes, and reside in the Bronx and try to
And
absorb
East
that.
Harlem, she's from East Harlem, you will get it right.
Same thing. Once you start,
She put a lot of effort into the story, so we can at least do her the justice of getting these facts
do
straight.
we need to do her justice? That's what we need to do.
So, and she was a professor of Africana Studies at George Washington University.
This is my
Which-
thing, right? Why is Rachel Dolezal becoming a trend, right? And it's very interesting that the Rachel Dolezal types have all like not only like pretended to be black, but like dove deep into their blackness. Like she's a professor of African American Studies, and Rachel Dolezal was like
she was
in
head of a
politics.
chapter, I think, of the NAACP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like not only are they like making their way into the door, they're like in the back room, like
Which
they in the
is kind
kitchen.
of like a very white woman thing to do. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like the whitest way to be a black woman, by like putting yourself at the head of all of these spaces.
Yeah, like
and
you could
making
just-
yourself the authority.
You could just low key be black and like
Yeah,
just claim
just
it,
chill.
and like no one would do research.
But I feel like it's even honestly amongst like mixed or ambiguous looking people, I feel like there's this trend to like overcompensate essentially. So it's like they feel the need to do it even more so because they're a whole ass lie. Do you know what I'm saying? And people were saying that she used to do things like show up to like class and like academic spaces wearing like clothing that was fit for like a salsa club or something like that, like full on caricature, right? And actual people of color would feel bad calling her out on it because it would make them be like, oh, am I buying into respectability politics and this and that? But it's so disrespectful because it's acting like people of a certain background, not even just like people who are minorities, but people who are of a certain socioeconomic class don't know how to dress for different kinds of occasions. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you could be from the hood, and if you're going to like lunch at a yacht club, you're not gonna roll up in like, you know,
In hood nigga garb.
yeah,
Got it.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you're like, I'm going to a fucking yacht club, like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's so interesting to me that like they dive so deep into the blackness that it makes actual black people like feel bad questioning them. That is incredible.
But
because
I think that's how they do it.
I
Get away
would
with
also
it.
feel bad questioning someone's blackness. Like, let's be real. People are, present as white. They have the logics of the world. And if someone told me they were black, I'd probably, have a conversation with them about it, like, where you from, or like, you look like, you present as white, or say something along those lines. But I'm not gonna be like, I don't know if you black. I'm not gonna like try to diminish your blackness in any way. And it is very uncomfortable for a black person to even try to say that about another black person. So they put themselves in a very interesting, like, kind of like psychological ninjutsu, like place where you can't really even question them on it without feeling bad.
Right. No, 100%.
That's-
Which I think is how people are able to get away with it, because somebody who like one of her friends, like a former friend who had known her like way back in the early 2000s before blackfishing and all of that stuff was even a known thing, said I had my doubts about her background, and like my ex-husband, like who I was with at the time, was very familiar with North Africa, and when he would try to like engage her in conversation about it, she didn't seem like she knew what she was talking about. But number one, at that time period, this wasn't a thing, and number two, I felt like, who would I be to question somebody's background?
Yeah,
and that's
again,
how they really
like
get away
even
with
if
it.
you are North African, that doesn't
Right.
mean you're deep, like you know your history.
Exactly.
Like that doesn't mean like you're
Yeah.
familiar with anything North African,
Right.
truly. So,
And-
especially as someone living in America.
Exactly. And then like it was a weird, it's like weird. What I thought was kind of funny is I feel like in certain spaces, like people, like especially like academia, people want to be so inclusive and they don't want to dismiss experiences, which like is obviously great, but then at the same time so many people had these feelings about her and probably didn't feel comfortable expressing it, because then it would be seen as dismissing her blackness or something like that. Meanwhile, her neighbors in East Harlem, when they were interviewed, were like, oh yeah, that white lady who speaks Spanish, like they knew what the deal was. Do you think like for people who are ambiguous, there should be a little bit more of a gatekeeping process when, like, I'll say we, because I fall into that category, when we're kind of going into these spaces where we would hold a leadership position? Should we even hold leadership positions? Like I always use the example, if they were having like a black beauty contest, I don't think that I would, like, it would be appropriate for me to compete. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my personal opinion. I think some spaces are not for ambiguous people, or they should be taking a back seat or elevating more marginalized voices within the community.
I think the last point you made is always correct. You should always be elevating as many marginalized voices as you possibly can. But I don't think there should be like a strict vetting process, because then that just then she's created a whole new problem. That means she's like, creating mistrust within your own communities. I think for when you get to a certain position, of course, there should be, some kind of background check that says, oh, you're this person, you are who you say you are, of course.
Right.
But I wouldn't say even for the point of like you saying you personally, like, you wouldn't be like in a black women's beauty contest. I feel like you should be in, because you're a black woman at the end of the day. That's really just
but
what
how
it is.
whack would it be if I won?
I mean,
People would be looking sideways, and they wouldn't be wrong for it.
the competition would have to be pretty fucking weak. But honestly, other than that, I wouldn't be that bad if you won.
Can we cut? Because I need to fight him for a second.
Isn't it so weird that you can reveal shocking news about Donald Trump
and
I don't flinch?
No, you know what? Like, we didn't even talk about when we were figuring out topics for this week, how it just came out that there's like tape recordings that he knew how deadly the coronavirus was. And I feel like people were like, oh, and I was just like, okay,
Yeah, literally seconds after it was revealed that he was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize, it's like, oh yeah, and by the way, he knew exactly what was going on.
He's responsible for the deaths of,
and this is like this is before the comments that were like, oh, it's not that serious, oh, it'll go away in the summertime.
Right, he knew.
This is prior to those comments. Yeah. He had a whole conversation talking about
that it would go
this
away
airborne
by April, and I'm going to give it to him because I think that he meant next April. I think.
I mean, we'll see how it goes next April. That's and to quote Trump, I'll be right eventually.
Not a bad motto. But yeah, it's like I don't know, when people were like, oh my God, he just grows more despicable by the day. I wasn't surprised at all that he knew how dangerous it was, because I was like, if he really didn't, he'd have to be even dumber than I thought. And I believe him more as evil than I do dumb, though I do find them to compete like pretty neck and neck. But I think evil's like just a little bit more ahead.
I think, what I think? I don't think he's even that evil. I think it's more so dumb. And I think he knew all of the dangers of the coronavirus, but thought that downplaying it would help his personal economy and his personal numbers until the election. That's what I think. Right. Because I don't think he really understood. Like, I think he knew what was going on, but I don't think he understood the gravity of what that was going to be by the time come September.
Fair.
I don't think he has the vision to see September.
That's fair.
Yeah. Easy transition. The country's on fire. We will now
literally
discuss the wildfires.
The entire West Coast is ablaze right now.
Have you seen images?
I did. No, that shit looks like a hellscape, which is fitting.
Yeah.
I used to have nightmares when I was younger about driving into like an orange sky. It was like a reoccurring nightmare, and now I think I just predicted 2020.
Wow. You have a Mayan calendar in your room or something like that?
Lying around somewhere.
Wow, that's pretty deep. Wow. Any other advice you have for us in the coming year?
I'll let you know if I think about it, but I don't really want to think about what could come next, to be honest. I don't want to dig into the nightmares of my mind to see what'll come true now.
I am terrified. But the skies have been orange and literally burning red.
Yeah.
Like literally middle of the day, middle of the night. It's just been looking insane from just the photos that I've been seeing. Have you seen like photos near the Golden Gate Bridge?
Shit look crazy. What I will say is I appreciate the cyclical nature of 2020, because if you could even remember through all of the Odell Beckham style shit that's been going on through the year, towards the beginning we had the wildfires in Australia. You remember that? Yes. Right?
And also the Amazon, but was that last year?
I don't even remember.
I don't know what's happening
shit's been on fire. Everything's been on fire. So maybe if we're going in this circle, we'll go back before the fires to when World War III almost happened. Maybe World War III is going to almost happen again. Maybe that's what comes next. You heard it here first, folks.
Yo, every time like someone says, like, what else could possibly happen in 2020, I want to punch them in the throat because so much more clearly.
I'm like, shut the fuck up. We still got a lot of time
The
left.
world is literally on fire.
Right.
Like,
so obviously California is prone to wildfires, but one particular set of fires has been attributed to a gender reveal party featuring a firework.
it's a boy, and that boy is Satan. Because I don't get how, like, they literally set off a firework that caused a wildfire. Like, they're probably homeless now.
Yeah, that's actually crazy. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the world, kid.
Yeah, right.
And, like,
this is how it is now.
this is how it is. This is what you get for having babies in 2020.
What do you
like,
think
you
in general of gender reveal parties?
I think, from what I've seen of them on the internet, I think they're hilarious. Firstly, because people are finding the most unique ways to just show a color.
Yeah.
Like, it's just blue or pink.
Yeah.
Firstly, gender is a spectrum. But blue or pink, that's it. And like, I've seen people dunk a basketball to reveal a color. I've seen people use an alligator to like chomp down on a balloon to then reveal a color. It's the most ratchet thing, but it's kind of awesome.
It is kind of awesome. The moon or like I'm just like, I'm gonna cut out the gender reveal. Especially what if I do the whole shit and then, my child identifies as something different than their biological sex, then what am I gonna do with all those pictures?
You're gonna show them.
What a waste! No, that's like
hey,
disrespectful. Like,
hey,
of
remember
their
when
identity.
I like mislabeled you?
Yeah, no. It's traumatic. No.
But one of my favorite things that came out of that like whole gender reveal turns into a wildfire thing is that the person that kind of quote unquote invented gender reveals
was like,
hates this.
Yeah, it was like, please stop doing this.
Yeah, like they hate all of these.
Yeah.
They hate the fact that people keep using these. And you were mentioning something also?
Her child, she still identified her child as a girl, but she was like, but my daughter wears suits, so like gender is fluid. So basically like, this is bullshit and please stop doing this, And I just like, I don't know. I feel like in general, I'm just against all the stuff that's like really for social media. Cause I'm so cool. I'm so off the grid. I'm just kidding. I love social media, but I don't like to do events that are for social media. Does that make sense?
Like strictly for social media. Like
yeah, and
okay.
I feel
that
like
makes sense.
the gender reveal. I get it because for some people, I think it's like they have the gender reveal. They reveal the gender so that they'll receive certain gifts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
But
you know what else does that job? It's a boy sign.
Right, or a text. You just send a text. That's
or the invitation to the baby
right.
shower when you already found out the sex of the child.
Right. So.
An extra step.
Yeah, unnecessary.
That cost many people their homes this past week.
Right. Let's cut it out. All right. Well, that's all we got for y'all in this, depressing update. Another weekend.
Yeah.
Fucking Dante's Inferno, Seventh Circle.
All right, what you can do to bring some light into your life is order a shirt. We still got dead ass shirts, facts, bacon, egg, and cheese. I miss outside. A whole collection on theblackcollective.nyc.
Yeah.
Our website. That didn't probably show up right here when I did that, but if it did,
in the below. Yes.
Good job. Yeah, and it's a lot of shit going on in the world. That's I think.
That's about wraps it up.
Yeah, that's
all right. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Peace.